Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel again. This is AP Media. So today I'll be doing a quick review. Is it quick now? I'll be doing another review on this particular design that I did for my friend essay. Okay, so I'll be doing a full breakdown on this design from start to finish. So this particular design, I didn't really do much. Okay, I didn't really do much. It was just a very quick design that I did. Okay, so I did not really do so much. So I'm going to explain the very few things I did in this design, and we'll be done. Okay, so I'll turn off all the layers again. Okay, so I'm turning off all the layers and I'll explain the things that I did on this design. Okay, yeah, so this is my background. So this is my background. And why did I choose this background? The idea was from the image. Okay, the inspiration of this background was from the image. Actually, the particular image was taken on this kind of background. The image is here. I'm going to open this group. Look at the image. Yeah, it was taken on this kind of background. So when I look at the image, I look at the original background that the image was taken from. So that was what influenced the choice of my background. So I got this particular image, like an explosion kind of background. We have some things flying around like this. I really like this light I was flying around. Then we have this little bit of explosion. I think the background was like this. The image was flipped the other way around. Okay, this is how the image was, but I was not going to do anything with this explosion at the top. I was not going to do anything with this, so I needed it for my own purpose. So I flipped the image downwards. Then okay, we have one shape here. I wanted to create some form of movement around this side. Yes, so I used my shape tool to create one shape here around here. So I created a layer and used brush to cover up this part of the image, because like I said earlier, I don't really need this particular part of the image. So, and I didn't want to brush it off completely, so I added something like this. Then I have a dummy text here. You can see from here, Lorem Imsium, blah 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 blah. Okay, so I added this dummy text at this part of the background, to create some level of balance, like I would say. But then I didn't add this one immediately. I think one of the major things I did on this design was the image arrangements. I spent like 60% of this design arranging the image. So let's go to the image and see what was happening in the image. But before that image, I have this. So I wrote 15th August here. This August font is called Richardson script. Okay, because I usually get question, what font is that? And graphic designers, they like to ask for font name a lot. So as anytime I'm doing a tutorial, I usually try to go and show my audience the name of the fonts I'm using. Then this other one is called Adoria. Okay, Adoria and Richardson script. Adoria and Richardson script. So that was the font for that. Then the images. Now these images gave me tough time because the images were snapped very close to the camera, like they were headshots. So I needed to arrange them very well to look Very nice. Now let's look at the first image. Let me remove the layer mask. Disable layer mask. Okay, I think I haven't converted it to smart object already. Let me open the smart object because I still brushed this. Look at this is how the original image looks like. Okay, so I added the layer mask to the overall image. Yes, let me disable the layer mask. Look at the layer mask here. Okay, so this was the first image. Now look at the other image. This one even stressed me the most because this particular one, see the edges of the image, the photographer snapped it very close to the body, so the arm was not showing. So I needed to very professional around that part of the image, so I was able to cover that part. Then let's look at the last one. So look at this one again. Let me disable the layer mask. This one too was very close to the camera and it's just like this. So this is how the whole image is, but we need to do what we need to do, right? So I had the 3 images like this. Okay, so what made the design interesting was the layer masks I added to the images. And look at this text. This dummy text was here to balance the whole design from the back here. So let's bring this layer mask here. Okay, this one was to remove tiny edges from the sides of the image, this particular layer mask here. So I added this light effect at the back of this particular one because the back was almost looking dark already. Okay, look at the back, it's just dark like that. So I added this light to brighten that back so that it will not just be dark like that. And this is how the light effect looks like. Let me turn off the light at the top. So this is how the light effect is. At 100% is like this. I now change the blend mode to screen, and I think it was too bright, so I now reduce the opacity to 80%. By pressing it on my keyboard, the opacity will reduce to 80%. So I now brought up this image and added layer mask. Look at, I brushed off this part into this image. So look at the overall layer mask. Look at the transformation. Come on now. So look at the transformation on the design. It was the layer mask here. So disable layer mask, it will be like this, which is very rough. Then adding the layer mask just hides everything, plus the light, everything was hidden and the images were cool for design. Okay, so next up I added one love or heart shape here. I duplicated it here and I wrote the name. Now you can see that the name here is in smart object, right? I added perspective to the name. So this is the flat name. So I wrote the name, converted to smart object and added the perspective. Look at perspective. Can drag like this to get that flattened this thing, but I didn't want to do too much, so I left it like this. I created this falling effect like this. Then the name is still the same Adobe font. This is the surname, same Adobe font. And then I didn't want to use white again because this text, the text at the top is already white, so I wanted to use a color from the background, a brighter color from the background. So I use this particular one. Then happy birthday from here. Now I wrote this one here with the same font. Okay, then I duplicated it and I added motion blur. Yes, motion blur. The angle was to 0%. Look at 80, so the angle was to 0%, so to fly like this. And yeah, so that was that for that. Okay, I added this rectangle. So this is what I did. I drew a rectangle like this around the image. I changed the color. The fill was empty, there was no fill. So I gave it this color, something like this. Let's say this, for example. Then, so I have something like this. I now, where's it? I now duplicated it, Ctrl J, then did something like this. So I have something like this. I now grouped two of them. I converted two of them to, let's say, yeah, I converted two of them to smart objects, for instance, then added motion blur. But this time around, I didn't use 0% again. I used 90 degrees. So I have something like this. Yeah, so that was how I was able to create this effect around the edges of the image. Then I added this light effect from the top. Yeah, you can see that after the arrangement of the image, I didn't really do much again. Okay, so if you are still watching this video up to this very moment, please subscribe to my channel. That is, if you have not subscribed, and also like the video if you have not liked the video. Drop a comment if you have any question, you have any observation, you have any concerns at all. Please drop a question. I'll be willing to answer your questions in the comment section. Okay, so I added my logo to this part of the design because I wanted to create that balance. I was looking for where is not balanced, where do we need to balance things up. So I added that. Then color lookup. Now I changed this particular color lookup to overlay, and I reduced the opacity to 10%. But let's look at how the color lookup looks like in actual sense. And if you followed my posts when I posted this design on our birthday, that period, August 15th, I shared different variation of this design, this particular color lookup, I guess, and the original colors. All right, this is the original colors, this particular one, and the black and white variation. Okay, so I added this color lookup and I changed the blend mode to overlay. Now at overlay, look at the pop, the way it's popping like this, but it's looking too dark and too much, so I had to reduce the opacity to 10% or 20% thereabout to create some level of balance on the whole design. So when I finished, I now did this. Okay, so this particular one, look at it. I label it as B/WFX, that is black and white FX. Let me open that folder and explain what is inside the folder. Okay, so the first thing was, let me turn off everything here. The first thing is the black and white. So I added this black and white adjustment layer from here. Black and white, look at it, black and white. And I added one light effect here, another one here, another one here, and another one here. So the last one was camera rod. Okay, was camera rod. So what I do is I will hold down Control Alt Shift and E. All right, so by pressing Control Alt Shift and E on your keyboard, it's going to snap everything on the design and put it for you like this. Look at it. It's going to snap everything on your design and put it in front. Okay, so I usually convert it to smart object so that I can retain whatever edit that I do on it. So convert to smart object, then go to filter camera raw. The shortcut is Control Shift and A. So from my camera raw, I did a little bit of edit in the camera raw filters. Edits like okay, like detail. From my detail, increase the sharpness to make the design sharp and add a little bit of contrast to make it pop. Okay, yeah, texture, the haze, clarity, these three, they play a very high role in making your design pop very well. Okay, so that was what I did around this side. And okay, let's just save this particular camera raw settings. So I have something like this. So that was how I was able to get this particular one. So black and white effects. Let me delete this. So that was how I got the whole design and exported. So I exported this particular black and white effect. I exported this one, and I exported the other color lookup on the design. Okay, so this will bring me to the end of this particular design breakdown. Okay, so if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, and because it will help me grow. Okay, and it will also serve as an encouragement to me to keep doing some more breakdown on my designs on this space. Okay, so please subscribe to my channel, and you can please share this video with any graphic designer you know. You can copy the link and share in any graphic design forum, or anybody that is learning graphic design, or that has interest in upscaling, in improving their design skills. Because some of the things I share here are did I say for beginners, for intermediates. All right, I also teach on some advanced tools like your color lookup, your color blending modes. These are some advanced techniques that beginners may not really understand, but I still try my best to break them down as much as possible. Okay, so you can feel free to share this video with any graphic designer you know, and I would really appreciate that. Okay, so this is going to bring me to the end of this video. Thank you very much for following, and I'll see you in the next one. I remain AP Media. Thank you.